Alright, hey guys, so today I'm back in the video. We're gonna go over some updates on my electronics. I am currently working on repairing some things. Got some additions to the repair side. I don't know if I featured this, but I got this soldering station, hot air station combination. Paid 35 bucks for it. It's from a local model train store of all places. Some guy traded it in. And I got it. It's not the hot air station side sucks. It's actually kind of terrible. It's barely functional. I don't know if it's my user error or not, but I want to figure it out. But the soldering iron works really, really well. I just got this shelf today. And got a Steam Deck. And it's currently downloading some files. It's the 512 gig. Technically, it's not the 512 gig LCD model. It was a lower end capacity model with an upgraded SSD. So it doesn't have the matte display, sadly. But I gotta get a micro SD card for it because it's completely full already. Almost. But this is my new gaming laptop. I did make a video on it, but I'll quickly go over it. This is my Panasonic Toughbook CF53, and this is, I can't remember, it's a Dell Inspiron 7000. I don't even remember the specs of it, to be honest. I haven't charged it in a while. It's probably not charged. I know the battery does work, and the hinges are a bit beat up. Huh. That's not expected. Okay, so the battery's pretty dead. But it's got a zip drive currently. I want to find the combo CD floppy drive. This side is the battery, if I remember correctly. But I got this one for 20 bucks. It's missing the back door. It's got USB with USB support. No. Wow. I don't remember how to get to the hard drive. I'm not gonna lie. Because this is the battery. And it is showing one flashing bar. Okay. So that's how you get the zip drive out. It does have a dedicated GPU, surprisingly. I don't know the capacity of RAM. It doesn't specific. I don't remember what it said. But it has a manufacturing date code of 935. I don't know how to decipher that. Not even going to attempt to, because if I get it wrong, I'm going to feel bad. But I am kind of stupid. But it's got one stick of RAM. If I can get the... Oh, great. What was that? Okay, it's fine. But it's got a Dell VGA card. It's a Rage Pro. I think it's an 8 megabyte, if I remember correctly. But this is just mainly shelf piece. Pretty beat up shelf piece. Oh. And also the latch for the top is broken. But someone from my work was throwing this out, so I figured I would go ahead and grab it for myself so I could put that stuff on, keep some of my tools underneath. And then one of the coworkers was throwing all these pins out, so I took it. They said I could have it, and I keep a couple pins up there, normal Sharpie, some scraping tools, a pen, some what little thermal paste I have left. And then I found this at the local recycling center someone dropped off alongside this case of heat shrink. And I asked them how much they wanted for it. And they said 20. And I offered 15. And they took it. It's got all this heat shrink. All various sizes. So if I need heat shrink, I should be good. And then all my extra screws for PCs, a couple momentary switches that were in there, some grommets. Some of this wasn't in here, and if it wasn't, I'll say it wasn't, but all this was in here. I don't remember what was. Okay, so yeah, it's just some PS2 to USB, and then PS2 to AT. Some what's left of alligator clips. I'm going to remake these. I'm going to remake these because it came with a bunch of wire. The 7mm and 8mm. Some pieces of banana plug. A Radio Shack red LED. And some, I think these are thumb screws. And some various potentiometers and a transistor. And some speakers and some 9-volt battery harnesses. Some small potentiometers, screw style. My USB drives and SD card blanks and micro SD card adapter. Some fuses that can go in there. Various RAM, flux. This flux was in there, and these soldering iron tips were in there. And then some capacitors. Really old capacitors from, I think. And then a couple of these are capacitors, and then a lot of resistors. And then my hot air station tips, solder, pry tool, and extra dividers, PCI Express covers, and then some various cables, and then a whole whack ton of stupid right now. Resistors. This is a whole bag. There's 5 in each little bag, and there's 10. I took one out, and there was about 10 to 15 in each one, and another one. These are all under a kilo ohm, and all these are over a kilo ohm. And then we're gonna go over the laptop on top. So basically, I was on Marketplace, and this guy was selling 3 laptops for $40. 2 of them were old Toshiba satellites that were going straight to the recycling center for them to deal with, because I like old tech, but that wasn't quite old enough for my liking, if that makes sense. They were too new for my collection, but too old to be functional. As like a secondary machine is like the Toughbook, where it's a 4th gen i5. It had 8 gigs of RAM. Upgraded to 16, but I have to get another SATA SSD for it. But firstly, there's a crack right there, a whole whack ton of audio ports, 2 USB 3. Wait, no. A USB 2, USB 3, a Kensington lock, and on the back we have HDMI, 2 mini display ports, the ACN, which is 4-pin DIN connector, and some damage right there. The hinge cover was popping off, so I tried to re-glue it. Ethernet, Thunderbolt, USB-C, 2 USB 3s, SD. And this was not locked for $40. I know it's charged, but grab the charger. Bring over my phone charger because it's about to die. Because I just got off work. Haven't had a chance to charge my phone while I was there. See if I can reach. Yeah. Okay, so that's good. See if I can get the laptop charger stretched over here. You know what? No, let's not do that. Let's go over to the messy side of the desk. I still have to clean up this side of the desk. I have been doing DoorDash on the side, but that hasn't paid worth a darn, so I'm not doing it anymore. It's not even worth it. It's costing me money. But anyways, it's branded Doghouse Systems, but it's actually just a Clevo P750 TM1, and it's got a fingerprint reader. If I can position my finger right. There we go. But it's a 15.6 inch with 4 RAM slots, socketed desktop CPU, and an MXM GPU. But it's got a 9900K desktop CPU with 32 gigs of RAM, 2 sticks. It's not 2400, it's actually 2666 that's in there. And it had this Samsung 860 EVO SATA 2TB SSD. And I threw in a WD Blue SN5000 2TB. And it's got a 2070. So for $40, I cannot complain. It's not the fastest computer I've owned, but it's definitely one of the fastest laptops I've owned. And I was looking at getting a bottom case replacement for it, because that's where it's cracked. And it was $35. I found it for $35 before shipping and taxes. But it's gonna be $66 after shipping and taxes. But to get the battery out, you just flick this to unlock, slide this over, if I can do this with one hand, and then pull out. And it is an 82 watt hour, 5400 milliamp hours. And then let me grab my iFixit screwdriver. I need to get what's it called? The ProTech toolkit? No. Yeah, I want to get the ProTech toolkit. But I have better things to spend my money on. But there's 2 screws in this cover. Because the magnetic portion of the screwdriver is kind of fading out. It has a slot for a SIM card. The only problem is that the socket for a modem is just not populated. As you can see, it has a 2TB 860 EVO. There's one M.2 slot. I cannot talk tonight, good lord. I need to clean this out. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Like, I know it's a desktop 9900K, but it runs so incredibly hot, and I can't find very many reviews of it. And the reviews I do find, they always undervolt it, and I just not seeing a difference undervolting it. Whoop, missed one. So I might try to mess around with it a little bit more, because I got the lowest voltage I could get for offset wise was negative 0.125. If I went any lower, the system was completely unstable. But as you can see, there's the MXM card, and there's the desktop socket. I quickly cleaned out the fans, but this heatsink is... Wait a minute. Heatsink's bent. Ever so slightly. I don't know if you can see that, but I can push this down and try to hold this up. And over here, I can't push it in at all. So, heatsink's slightly bent. There is... Actually, I was looking at that. I was trying to find parts for this thing, because I was trying to find the bottom cover. You know, this whole assembly that everything's rests in. And oh no, it's PC2400. But I accidentally found a heatsink for this thing for like 43 Canadian. So it was like around $35 or so. Excuse me. Ugh. And there's my 2TB SSD. But yeah, the fans, I mean, it's a desktop 900K laptop. It's incredibly loud under load. And getting the control software to install in Windows 11 was such a pain, because the actual Clevo Control Center isn't supported anymore. And so if you install it, you can't go to your apps in Windows and launch it from there, you have to use the keyboard shortcut, which I accidentally found. But yeah, if you guys want to see some benchmarks on this thing, I have 3D Mark. I can always do a run and screen capture it. I am going to try my hand at video editing if I can find a decent free software. So if you guys know of a free decent software that won't leave, a really annoying watermark in the corner of the video. I know my filming isn't the best. It's pretty bad. But I just do this as I don't even know how to describe it. But yeah. Just for my own amusement. Because I get bored. I have too many things to do, and just doing something different kind of nice sometimes. But yeah. I mean, that's it for today. If you guys want to see some more, I wanted to show you guys one more thing. So I got this monitor, this Dell 55-inch 4K touchscreen monitor from the recycling center. Person dropped it off from their company, and sorry guys, I got interrupted. But anyways, I got this 55-inch 4K monitor, Dell monitor, at my recycling center. Person dropped it off from their company. They tested it out. It didn't power on at all. And I asked them how much they wanted for it, and they said $20. So I bought it. And I checked out the power board. I don't know if this will show up, but this is one of the capacitors that's completely burned out. But I was able to transfer the warranty into my name, and they're sending me a replacement. So if that does come, I'll keep you guys updated, because that would be really nice. So that's it for today. See you guys tomorrow.